Welcome back, Reacher fans. Get ready for a deep dive into the conspiracy that threatened to take down Reacher and his closest allies. Season 2 recap. Somewhere in the Catskill Mountains, a man is shown being thrown out of a helicopter to his death. The next day, Jack Reacher is collecting his pension check in Arkansas when he intervenes to subdue an armed carjacker. He then notices that his own ATM receipt has a military emergency assistance code embedded in the amounts. Reacher contacts his former teammate Frances Neagley, who confirms that she planted it there to get his attention. The man dropped from the helicopter was Calvin France, another former member of Reacher's hand-picked Special Investigations Unit during his time in the Army. The two begin investigating the murder with the help of a third member, David O'Donnell. Reacher obtains a data drive hidden by France, obtaining a list of numbers, a separate list of names starting with the initials AM, suspected to be aliases. Neagley reveals that another member of the 110th Special Investigations Unit, Stan Lowery, died in a car accident 2 years before France was killed, leaving only 7 living members of the 110th. The trio then try to locate another member of the Special Investigations Unit, Tony Swan, at his home, but upon noticing that no one is answering the door, they break in to find the house empty and Swan's dog dead from dehydration. Deduces that someone is targeting every living member of Reacher's unit with brutal efficiency. Reacher assaults a stranger tailing him, only to then identify him as NYPD Detective Guy Russo. Reacher, Neagley, and O'Donnell visit Atlantic City, where 2 more teammates Sanchez and Orozco work as security guards for the Neptune Casino. Along the way they meet Carla Dixon, another member of the team and potential love interest for Reacher. They find a helpful ally in David Wright, the casino's chief of security. He comps the team a suite to stay in and helps them search for Sanchez and Orozco. Unfortunately, his police contacts confirm that both men were abducted, murdered, and dumped in the same region of mountains as France. He is also able to confirm that none of the casinos are missing money, so the numbers on the list must mean something else. Flashbacks show New Age head of security Shane Langston torturing France for information. Before being thrown from the helicopter, France warns Langston that the big guy is coming for him. In the present, Reacher acquires guns for the team, before he and O'Donnell are arrested by Russo. Russo reveals that his investigations have identified a suspect in the murders, Azari Mahmoud, the owner of the AM aliases. Meanwhile, Neagley and Dixon visit the offices of New Age Technologies, where Director of Operations Marlo Burns identifies the man who had been sent to kill them as Trevor Seropian and gives them his address. While in Denver, M realizes that his aliases have been blown and tells Langston that his planned arrival in New York will be delayed. Meanwhile, Dixon deduces that the list of figures discovered on the France USB represents days and months. Reacher, Neagley, Dixon, and O'Donnell pay a visit to Seropian's house, correctly anticipating an ambush, and kill a large number of mercenaries working for New Age. With New Age's involvement now confirmed, the team members conduct a raid on the company's HQ, finding evidence that Special Investigators member Tony Swan had been an employee there. As the team members investigate their discoveries from New Age, they disagree on Swan's motives after he was revealed to be working in the company's security department. The team members find out that New Age has a government defense contract called Little Wing, thanks to notes from a senator named Lavoie. Meanwhile, back in Denver, M kills a plastic surgeon in an attempt to steal his identity before flying to New York. The team members track the senator's legislative aide to Boston, where Dixon helps Oscar Finlay arrest the aide to coerce information out of him. The aide reveals to Reacher and O'Donnell that Little Wing is a missile program, conducted in New Age facilities in Denver and New York, to create missiles that will always hit their targets. Reacher realizes that people from New Age are planning to sell 650 missiles to him to enable terrorist attacks. Later that night, the team members are ambushed by a biker gang, but manage to subdue them. Reacher then phones Langston, who attempts to bribe him into going away, but Reacher refuses and proclaims that he wants to throw him out of a helicopter. Neagley and Dixon pay a visit to New Age's facility in Denver attempting to see the missiles, only to find that they have already been taken away in a truck. One of M's henchmen stages the breakdown of another truck on the first truck's route and kills its driver. He opens the truck's trailer, revealing 3 other henchmen and the missiles. Neagley and Dixon, who have been chasing the first truck, come upon the scene, just after the henchmen have switched the trailers. The henchmen try to kill Neagley and Dixon. The first henchman drives off with the missiles before Neagley and Dixon kill the other 3. Meanwhile, Reacher and O'Donnell visit Washington, D.C. and make a trip to the Department of Homeland Security for information on him. Senator Lavoie catches up with Reacher and offers his assistance towards stopping a possible terrorist attack. The team members then head back to New York for France's funeral, where Reacher runs into and confronts Russo, who reveals that Langston and the New Age Security Department, minus Swan, are former NYPD detectives who took early retirement after being investigated. During the funeral, two hitmen try to kill the team members. One of the hitmen is killed. Reacher and Russo chase and catch the other. He reveals that Swan paid him to kill the members of the team. When he goes to an abandoned building to collect his payment, the building explodes. Following the building explosion, Russo gives the team a lead regarding the location of Marlo Burns. After the team track her down, she confirms that Swan has been trying to stop New Age's terrorist operation. She also reveals that she has been on the run thanks to Langston, who warned her that she and her daughter would be killed if she associated herself with Swan. Russo learns that his boss was contacted by New Age and is involved with their plans, having been bribed into revealing information regarding Reacher and the team. When Russo and Marlo's daughter Jane attempt to go into hiding, they are tracked by New Age hitmen attempting to kill them while pursuing them in a high-speed chase across the city, forcing Russo to call the team for backup. The team enlists Marlo as bait to lure Langston and other members of New Age into a trap, which results in Reacher killing all of them minus Langston, who escapes. Afterwards, Neagley, Dixon, and O'Donnell arrive to assist Russo. They rescue Jane, but Russo has sacrificed himself to kill the hitman. Reacher and his team decide to send Marlo and Jane to a safe place Dixon used to stay in Buffalo. Reacher and Neagley confront Lieutenant Marsh in his home, while Dixon and O'Donnell send Marlo and Jane off in a safe passage. Marsh is killed by Reacher after he reveals that Grant, a hitman hired by Langston to take down Russo, is alive in a hospital. Reacher and Neagley extract information regarding the buy from Grant after Reacher threatens to burst the balloon in Grant's bladder by filling it with air. However, Reacher, before leaving, ensures that Grant dies from an embolism as revenge for killing Russo. They find a hitman disguised as a doctor sent to kill Grant, and the hitman is accidentally killed in the fight between him, Neagley and Reacher. Langston reveals to Reacher in a phone call that he has got Dixon and O'Donnell. Reacher lies to Langston that Neagley got killed in the fight with the hitman. Meanwhile, Dixon and O'Donnell are tortured by Langston's men. Reacher demands that Senator Lavoie's private security team be placed at his disposal. Leaving Neagley outside with a plan, Reacher walks into the New Age facility alone and surrenders himself as he confronts Langston. While being held captive, Reacher learns that Swan never joined Langston and refused to be part of the conspiracy. As a result of his defiance, Swan was murdered, and his harvested body parts were used for DNA evidence to frame him as the designated fall guy. Neagley and Lavoie's security team successfully break Reacher out of the New Age facility, allowing him to board Langston's helicopter. Reacher kills the remaining bodyguard and, as promised, tosses Langston out of the helicopter to his death, freeing O'Donnell and Dixon. The team then heads to the New Age engineer's house to ambush and kill him, anticipating that Lavoie's security team was going to assassinate the investigators as the last remaining loose ends. Homeland Security agents arrest Lavoie and the security team after receiving a tip from Reacher prior to his rescue mission. The investigators kill the two remaining New Age employees for their part in the conspiracy by using a little wing missile on Langston's helicopter. With the crash covered up by Homeland Security, the team distributes the $65 million among themselves and the surviving family members of their fallen allies, then go their separate ways. That's it for our recap of Reacher Season 2. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more recaps and breakdowns, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Thanks for watching.